Lexus on the beat.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, as you saw in the title, we are installing some Braum, I believe is how you pronounce it, Braum seats on the Lexus. I am pretty stoked. As you can see, it is nighttime and I did not want to wait until the day because I just got off work a while ago, and by the time I'm off it's dark. But I am just so excited to put these on because I had the seats already, but I just got the brackets yesterday to install the seats, and I'm also gonna put a harness bar with some harnesses, and I have those as well. The only thing I am missing to the puzzle is the harness bar itself. But I contacted them today because it was supposed to come with the seat brackets, but I contacted them today, and they said they should have that shipped out by tomorrow. So hopefully it's here by the weekend so I could get that rolling. So that's probably gonna be in another video. But today we will be installing the seats, and as you can see, I am so stoked, and I hope there's enough. I hope I'm gonna have enough lighting for you guys to see everything. But either way, shouldn't be too hard of an install to tackle. But here are the parts themselves right here, and here is the beauty itself right there. Here are the harnesses. Bring that down over here. So two, one for the passenger, one for the driver. And here are the seat brackets. They are side specific. This one is the driver's side, as you can see, it tells you right there. And this one is the passenger side. So these are bi-planted. And now here are the seats themselves. So I'm gonna probably put a tripod and just record myself taking it out. Alright guys, I present you here my Braum seats. They are red with leather black, and the back has like some kind of backing. Kind of looks like carbon fiber of some sort. I thought it was gonna be a carbon fiber backing at first, honestly, from what the picture looked like, but it's not really. But it still looks pretty cool. I dig them. What do you guys think? I think they look pretty cool. I had a very tough choice. I had a very tough time trying to decide which ones I wanted, because there were just so many good looking ones and I just didn't know which ones, and I just ended up getting these. There are some other ones that I would have preferred to choose, but they were on back order, so it's all good. It is what it is. And here is my harnesses that I will be installing as well. They are 5-point harnesses, and I am very excited. It looks so cool. Look at this. This is heavy too. It's pretty beefy. And also got hardware for the seat brackets, because you need to get your own hardware. Unfortunately, I lost one. I do not know how, because I had put it in right here with the harness, and only one ended up coming out. I do not know where I misplaced it or put it. And also, unfortunately, I will not be able to install my seats today because the dual locking sliders that are supposed to be provided with the seats are nowhere to be found. So I have to go ahead and contact the place that I purchased the seats from, and I guess they will contact Braum from there and see what's going on, or when am I gonna receive the part, or whichever, vice versa. But yeah, sadly we're gonna have to keep on waiting. But here are the seats that I present to you, and I'm excited. You see, I was so excited. I'm not even working in the dark over here, but it is what it is, you know. Things happen for a reason, I guess. Call it a night, and I'll see you guys when I have all the parts, I guess. Alright guys, we are here back in another day. I think it's been a couple days, it's been a week since I last recorded that last clip that I took of just showing you guys around. So I just received my locking sliders today. As you can see, I did go ahead and install one for the driver's side because I just wanted to see how it's gonna go before I try to teach you guys through the process how I saw. Honestly, it was a pain in the ass figuring it out. Honestly, it was just back and forth, trial and error, trial and error. It was a pain, honestly. Just trying to make the slider just trying to make the slider go in pretty much to work with the seat, because I'll try it one way and it wouldn't have enough, it would hit the seat, so I wouldn't be able to adjust it back and forth because there wasn't enough room to lift it up to adjust it. And then when I did it the other way, it would hit the bracket as well. So either way I would do it, it would just not go. And I did receive some spacers with the sliders, so I did go ahead and just try to put the spacers a certain way. Again, trial and error until I finally got it. Man, it was a pain in the ass, honestly, guys. But we are back, we are better, and we're gonna try to install the driver's seat on right now. And then I would try to teach you guys how to do all this on the passenger side. So let's go ahead and take out the driver's seat. The first thing you're gonna want to do is unclip the caps that to unveil the bolts holding the seat down, and you can pretty much just do that by getting a clip bowler or a screwdriver and just let me see, can you guys see right there? There you go. And just pretty much clipping it up. Just clip it up a certain way and it'll pop off. And then to get the other one, and that's enough right there. Pretty much just pop it off. Well, I think I already had popped these off. They're pretty loose. I think I broke them too, actually. Yeah, I see I broke them right there from last time. But yeah, as you can see right here. So right there, guys, here are the points that you need to unclip. They're like right there. I accidentally broke mine, I guess, last time. And same deal over here, guys. These are, you can just kind of go like this and just try to pull it out like that somehow. So pretty much just try it. On this one, you pretty much just need to unclip these right here in the back, so you can pretty much just go like this somehow. Same on this one. This one's a little broken, so that's not gonna be much help. But yeah, guys, these two clips are pretty much just what you want to focus on. Just try to expand them out and just pull. And as you can see, we unveil the bolt, and these are all 14mm bolts, guys. Grab your ratchet or your zippity zip and go to town. So you're gonna pretty much unbolt this one and unbolt this one and take them out, and you should be good for the back. Now let's go to the front. To get the front ones, you're gonna have to adjust your seat again. So wait forever trying to adjust this. I'm gonna miss the power seats and these seats, honestly. Also too, I have heating and cooling seats as well, so that's something I'm gonna miss as well, but it's all good. So just zip off the One's in the front. So we good on those two. Now the seat should come loose, as you can see. Sorry guys, it is dirty. As you can see, it's pretty gross, but it's all good. Now what we're gonna want to do is disconnect the connectors that are in there. I believe there's like 3 connectors. Let me disconnect those and see how it goes. So there is 3 connectors under the seat, so you want to get those first. I'll show you guys how to unclip them right now. Right now I'm just gonna get the seat out. Alright guys, so here are the seat is out now. To make it easier, I did take off the headrest just so it could come off a little easier, more room. But here we have the 3 connectors that I unplugged. This one, as you can see, you just clip this one down right here and then just pull it. This one has a little, this one as well, little clip right there. Pull this down and just pull it. And this one's a little different. This one is, I believe, it's for the airbag. But as you can see, is the yellow one. There's like a white little puller. So you want to pull this down and then pull it. So let me try to get it. So you're gonna pull this and pull. So pull it down and then pull it. But yeah guys, that's how you take those connectors off. I will clean this. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to take the seat off once again. So right now I'm just gonna try to test fit it and see how it goes. And I'm gonna clean this after, because right now it's freezing cold. I kind of just want to see how it's gonna fit for now. Alright guys, so we're here back in my garage. Sorry if it sounds a little weird. I think I'm getting a little cold. And I promise guys, it's not the Rona. But we're back in the garage. I wanted to test fit the seats, and they're looking pretty good. As you can see here, the lighting still sucks in here guys, I'm sorry, but just bear with me. But yeah, here are the seats, nice and in. The only thing I'm gonna have to do is try to make this hole right here a little bigger, because it's not fitting. So I'm just make that a little bigger just so it can fit a little better, so I don't strip out that bolt. But so far guys, it is looking so good. I'm loving the results, I really am. So I'm gonna take this out and clean up a bit, because it's pretty disgusting in here, especially under the seat. And then we're gonna, I think I'm gonna put my harness bar first. That way I know the clearance I can go, or I think it's adjustable actually, but I'm just gonna try to put the harness bar first, because it is here. That was the last piece of the puzzle. And then I'm gonna show you guys how to put the seat bracket onto the seat for the passenger side, and then install it in there. Also guys, you might get an airbag code, because you disconnected it from the seat. I'm gonna try to see if I could take it out of the seat over there and just try to put it under there, connect it so it doesn't get the code. See if that's possible or not. But yeah. So here's pretty much the last piece of the puzzle, guys. So was the harness bar. I haven't opened it all the way, but here's a good view of what it looks like. So I got it red to match the seat sort of, and here's where the harness will go through. Here, let me unwrap it and give you guys a better view. So here's the better view of what is to come with the harness bar. These rods are adjustable, so you can just turn them and they will go to the length of your desire. And also guys, take note that on these ends, this hole is bigger than this one. So that will be different hardware that goes in there. I don't know exactly how this will go, but I'll see how it goes and pretty much just teach you guys as I go. I don't know if this will fit or if I will have to do some custom work to it, because this is a universal part. so it's not really meant for my Lexus. But hopefully we can make it work, and we'll make it work since I already have it. but yeah, just take note on that, guys. Yeah, this is pretty much what you'll receive, and this is what we will be putting on. So I'm gonna now go ahead and take off the seats just to install the harness bar. That way I get a better idea of how it's gonna go, and I have more room to work with also. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the driver side that's already installed, and take off the passenger side. Both seats out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this disgusting mess, and then we're gonna install the harness bar. We are done cleaning for now. I did my best. My vacuum is not the best, it really isn't, but this will do for now. I mean, way better than before, I can tell you that. But now let's go get the harness bar and put it in. So I already went ahead and started taking some stuff apart to get access to the bolt on the seatbelt on top. You got to take off some trim pieces. I'm going to show you guys how on the passenger side. But so far I'm just trying to see how I'm gonna mock things up. That way I don't take forever in the video. But to take this bottom seatbelt cover off, there's just kind of unclip it from one side at first, whichever side you can get, just like that. It's pretty much just clipped. It's just pretty much just hugging it like this, so I pretty much gotta expand it out and pull it back. So that's one, and this is a 14mm bolt. And then once you do that, you could unbolt it, or you can go ahead and take off this trim pieces first. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off this one. Pretty much just lift it up, try to unclip it from right here, and go to this side and do the same. Just be careful not to break anything. Just like that. And there's 4 clips all right here. It's pretty much just unclip that right there. And just like that. And if you see some nastiness like this, go ahead and clean it off. And then do the same on the other side. Just unclip it from right here and just pull it up just like that. Don't be scared to break things. Well, I mean, don't break things. Don't be scared if it feels like it's gonna break. It won't. No, it's all good. And I'm gonna go ahead and take off this bolt. Just a 14. Easy does it, and that should come off. Well, should. This one has a wire. That's weird. The other one didn't, but okay. But then you can unclip this by pulling it up. Again, if you think you're gonna break something, probably not. It's just kind of hard. Just a couple clips just holding it on. Just 5, 2 in the bottom, 1 in the middle, and 2 on the upper top. And once you do that, there's going to be 2 screws, 2 Phillips screws right here, this one and this one. And once you get those off, you can just pretty much pull this down, as you will see. And then pretty much pull this down. Comes down just like that. And then this one's a little weird. It's instead of a bolt, it's pretty much a nut, which is odd. This one is pretty much a nut, and it's a 14 millimeter too, so pretty much go ahead and break that off. That's on there. And then that's how it goes. I'm gonna try to see how I'm gonna mock it up next, and I'll be right back, guys. Alright, so I literally just spent like a couple hours just trying to figure this out, honestly. And it's not the greatest way, but it's what worked for me on my Lexus. Again, guys, this is a universal part, so it's not guaranteed to fit your vehicle. So just take a note on that. You will have to make it work. You will make some trips to the hardware store for different bolts, different washers, whatever you can do to make this work. And I was trying to leave the seatbelt on, just because, you know, just to have it in case you know, someone prefers to use the seatbelt other than the harness bar, or vice versa, or whatever. I don't know. Well, I was just trying to keep it on there, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep it on there because it's just not working. So I'm not gonna be able to put the seatbelt on. I'm just gonna use the harness the whole time. Also, the way this is, it's much different in cars. Usually with the seatbelt, you usually have a bolt going through the seatbelt and bolted onto the car. But the way Lexus has it, or this car, it's a nut instead of a bolt. So you have this, this is where your seatbelt goes, and this moves it up and down. And you usually have a bolt going to there, but this is a nut, so it's a lot different. And it's also it's just so angled, so weird, that this doesn't sit completely straight or flush to it. So it's a tiny bit crooked the way I found it to do it. And it's just so weird the way this is set up. I also had to make bigger holes for a couple of things I will show you guys in a bit. But yeah, this is just so weird. I tried taking this off, and I tried putting it on top of here, on top of there, trying to mock it up, see where it goes, but either way it's just crooked. It's just so crooked. And I just finally just said fuck it and just tried it this way, and it worked with the bigger holes drilled. So that's how we're gonna mock it up and see how it goes, guys. Alright, so pretty much step 1 is to mock up your brackets here. So here is where I drilled a bigger hole because it didn't fit good, and I used a step drill bit to do this. I will show you guys right now. I also drilled this a little bigger because the hardware provided by Braum, it didn't go through, and so I had to make it a little bigger. But no biggie, it's all good, whatevers. And the way this goes is you're pretty much gonna, here, let me take this nut off. So here's the nut that hold it on the seatbelt. So this is the nut that came on the car. So you just reuse that, and your bracket will go right here, and you're gonna put your nut on just like that. And so I'm just gonna leave it loose. Do not tighten anything all the way yet, guys. Leave it loose because you will not get anywhere if you tighten all the way. And what you pretty much do is you will use these Allen bolts that came with the harness bar, and they will go on right here. This side is, this below it, it's already threaded down there, so you don't need a nut. So the bolt will literally just go right in, go thread right in. So no need to have a nut down there. And you're pretty much gonna hook it up right here and put the bolt in between those things. And that's why I needed to make this bigger, because when I tried putting the bolt in, it wouldn't go through at first, and so I had to make bigger holes, which is kind of dumb, but you know, whatever's. So put your brackets on both sides, and we'll be right back. Alright, once you got your brackets mocked up on each side, there and there, again, don't tighten it, leave it loose. You're gonna connect your harness bar on each side. We have your little swing set. Like a little swing. But yeah, so here is this mocked up. So make sure, guys, it sits like this, because right here is where your harness goes, and here, this hole down here is where this bar is gonna go to. And also, guys, remember, like I said earlier in the video, there's a smaller hole and a bigger hole. The smaller hole is gonna go on top, and the bigger hole is gonna go on the bottom. Also, these are adjustable. I believe I mentioned it earlier or not, but you could turn these back and forth. But once you're done adjusting it, turn the nut all the way down and give it a little snug with the wrench, just to keep it tight. I believe this will be different for everyone, but I pretty much just kind of maxed them out a little bit, not all the way. Just make sure there's still some good thread down here on both sides. I left the top one loose, just to stay adjusting it, so it could just move when you're adjusting this. But I am done adjusting this one, and I gave it a little, well, right now just hand tight. I'll give it a snug later, but we're about to put these on the car now. Again, big hole bottom, small hole on the top. Also, guys, quick note, I will be installing harnesses with my seats. That's why I got my harness bar and everything. You do not need to get the harness bar and the harness. You could just run your seatbelt just fine. I'm doing this because I think it looks cool, and yeah, and you do not have to follow on me 100% on this. You can do it your own way, but this is the way I do it. And I mean, this is my first time doing this, guys, so just letting you guys know. So like, I don't want to be responsible if you follow me 100% and, you know, I mean, somehow the car harness fails in some way. I mean, do your research on how to do this. I did mine, and this is, I pretty much know that you're supposed to mount the points to the chassis itself. That's what I'm gonna try to do, but I just don't want to be responsible if anything happens to you guys. I'm pretty sure this way will be fine, but I just wanted to take that note because you never know. I mean, you will never know what happens, right? But this is how I'm gonna be doing it. So each point comes with this ring with the stud. This nut didn't come with it. I had this already laying around, but the way I'm gonna mount the middle one So this is a 5-point harness, by the way. So there's 5 points, and so this bottom one, pretty much just gonna drill a hole down in the seat bracket itself and pretty much net it down. So that's the way I'm gonna do the middle one. And this one right here, I'm gonna leave this on and get another nut and put it right here. This is where the seatbelt would go. If you're gonna reuse a seatbelt, you would pretty much have to take the seatbelt out of the old seat and connect it here. But I'm gonna be putting my harness here. So another point will go right here to here. And this side, I'm not gonna use this ring. I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna put this to the body of the car. You'll see right now what I'm talking about. And on the back side, I'm not gonna be using any of this. I'm gonna roll this on the harness bar, and I will show you guys when we get to that point. But just wanted to take that note and just give you guys some brief information about that. But let's get back to putting these on. Also, the way this works is you pretty much just bolt this up and you can pretty much unlatch the points, and then to put them back on, you can just pretty much clip them in there, just like that. So the point I was telling you that I was gonna mount to the car was this one. So let's pretty much get rid of this ring. You pretty much just pull this down and the ring will come out. What I was gonna do, oh yeah guys, also I'm gonna take off the seatbelt completely because, well, it's kind of useless keeping it there since I'm not gonna be using them. To remove them, it's a 10mm and a 14mm bolt right here, and there's 2 connectors going to it, this one and this one. And you can pretty much take these out. You just pull this down, little tab, and this one, I am not too sure. I will mess with it and be right back. Alright, so this one is pretty easy. So here, let me try putting it back in there. So you pretty much get a little flathead, put it in here and pop this tab out, just like that, and it just comes out. Just like that. And if you were using your seatbelts, don't listen to me. Just ignore this section. Alright, so now we're gonna mount part of the rod down here. This is where the bottom of the seatbelt was bolted onto, and we'll be using this bolt. And I have 2 washers on here. This is a M12 washer, and this is a M10 washer, and this is, this is a bolt that I went to the hardware store for. I will show you guys a picture soon on what size it is. But pretty much just gonna mount the rod here and then put part of the harness here. So pretty much just like that. And before too, so the M12 washer is gonna go in first, and then I'm gonna put it on the harness right here, and then I'm gonna put the other washer here, and then now mount it on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount that on there. Alright, so once you got both of those sides tied down on each side, remember, do not tighten it all the way yet. Leave it a little loose. You're going to want to grab this hardware that was provided with the harness bar. It's going to be 2 washers, a nut and a bolt. 2 washers, a nut and a bolt. It's the smallest hardware. You can't miss it. And you're going to put these through the bar. we have it all mocked up now. We are good to go now. This ain't going anywhere. So after you pretty much connect the rod to the bar, you're pretty much just good to go. You're pretty much just good to go to tighten all the hardware now. And this is a 8mm hex. This up here is a 14mm nut. And down here is with the hardware I got. I don't know if yours will be different or not, but this was a 16mm for me. This bottom nut to tighten on the rod was a 19mm, and then for the top one was a 17mm, and same goes on that side. So we are good to go on that. Also forgot to mention this one is a 14 and the nut over here is a 13. I did go ahead and put my trims back on already. One thing you do want to note, I didn't put my top one back on yet because I just don't know how to. I don't want to, well, from my understanding is I'm gonna need to cut like a little slot. I will need to cut like a little slot so it could go right in between there, and I just don't really want to do that right now. I will probably purchase another piece like this and just mess that one up before I mess up this one. So right now I'm just gonna run it like that and just call it good for now, I guess. But if you guys really want to put this back on, you guys will have to take off the, you know, that little cover thing. The little cover thing that goes up and down, you will need to take that off. But you will need to put like a slot right there, or probably just force it in there. I didn't really try because I didn't really care that much, but here's that little slot thing I was telling you to about. You need to go up and down. You will have to take that off if you really want to install that back on. But we are good to go with the harness bar. Look at that. So now we pretty much need to take the driver's side apart, put a hole in the bracket for the middle harness point, and we have to drill a little bit of the bracket from the back because the fitment isn't that great. And we're gonna assemble the passenger side and we should be good to go from there. Alright, so here's one of my seat brackets, and what we're gonna do is pretty much drill a hole somewhere in the middle here. Probably right here, right in the middle of the sticker. Sorry planted, but we gotta make a hole. So we're pretty much gonna make a hole big enough for this to go in there, to put our middle point right in the middle. So looks like that diameter is gonna be like about 27/64. So rule of thumb is start small and go big. So we're gonna start small and then go bigger. Like the winner was 7/16 right there. So the hole you need it big enough as 7/16. And as you can see, it fits like a glove. So clean this off real quick. Clean it off. Then just put the nut in and snug it down. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and assemble the passenger side. We came inside because it is warm and I don't want to really get that seat dirty. So inside here is a lot cleaner than the garage. This is the hardware that I used. It came with a lot more hardware. You pretty much just gotta figure it out. You can do it my way or figure your own way out, but this is the way I found to be good. Well, the only way that worked for me, honestly. But here are the 4 bolts that these will be bolted on the seat. At least that's how mine were. So they were just literally on the seat. I went ahead and took them off. These 4 spacers came with the brackets, and these bolts and nuts came separate. You have to buy those separately. They usually ask you if you want to purchase them when you buy the seat brackets. So this is the seat bracket. As you can see, these rails come with the seats. So these came with the Braum seats. And the way I'm gonna put them is like this. You will know it's when the seat bracket's facing forward, because this is where the planted sticker was. But as you saw, we drilled a hole and took it off pretty much. But yeah, you'll know it's facing front with the planted seat sticker. So this will be facing front. And don't forget to put your other tie down ring over here and just snug it down, 17 millimeter. And the way these work, guys, is you see this little lever here. He pretty much goes up, and then after you press it up, it can move. So you press this up, and it pretty much moves back and forth. You guys a better clip right now how that works. But so far the placement that we'll use are this corner, this corner, this corner, and this corner. So you pretty much want to line up your seat bracket to those corners. So for it facing front, you'll place the first bracket, the first slider, I guess, like that, and you will line up the hole right there in the corner. And same goes on here. So now we're gonna go ahead and get our washer, nuts, and bolts. And the way I did it is I pretty much put the spacers right here and put the bracket right on top, and I'm pretty much just gonna slide my bolt down there and place the nut on the bottom. So I tied the nut in the bottom, and you're pretty much gonna do the same on that side, but you're gonna slide your slider forward. That way you're able to reach the hole, as I will show you right now. So I slid the slider forward, that way I have access to the hole right here. So there we go. We got our hole in, and pretty much just place the nut down there. Do not tighten it yet, leave it loose. Alright, so we have our sliders on. Like I said, leave them loose. That way you have some adjustment when you place it on the back on the seat. You can move it forward, up, or down the way you need it to mount the holes. So the way this will go is you will grab your what do I call that? Well, pretty much the bracket for the sliders. So these have holes right here, and those holes will go on these little points that are on the sliders right there and right there. So this will go on one side, and this will go over there, but you kind of need some force to get it in there, so you pretty much just squeeze it in there. So after you squeeze it in there, it should be on the points, and it should be nice and firm. Also make sure both sides are adjusted the same. So I just look at these little points right here. So 1, 2, 3, like 3.5-ish. 1, 2, 3, 3.5-ish. So it's lined up good. So once I pull this down, you can pretty much slide it back and forth, and then it'll lock. And then yes, press this down, and you will go. Also, one thing I would recommend going to the hardware store and finding some longer Allen bolts, because these with the spacers are a little short. It's barely halfway on the bolt, and I forgot to get new bolts. I'll change them out later, but for now I'm just gonna do the video. So yeah, I would recommend getting some longer bolts. The seat brackets came with longer bolts, but they're like this big, and those are way too big. I honestly don't even know what those would even be for, honestly. But so far, we're just gonna work with what we got and just keep this video going. So even though I went to the hardware store like 10 times for that stupid harness bar, but it's all good, it's whatever. So next step is putting this on the seat over there. Too, if you want, you could clip in your middle harness bar just like that. So just like that. We'll put that one after the seat because that one's pretty easy, but this one you gotta go under the seat. So I'll just put this one right now. Didn't get this on camera because it's kind of hard getting it on camera, but so on one side you're gonna mount the bolts and leave them loose. Remember, leave them loose so you could adjust it back and forth. After you put these in, you could adjust the bracket. So adjust the bracket and bring it up so you could get access to the other bolts down there. So after you move your bracket up to expose the other holes, which is this one and this one. Also guys, use the bottom one, not the first one, second one. Use the second one, not the first one. So after that, you can pretty much just go ahead and tighten those all the way, and then you're gonna bring your bracket back down and tighten the other two. Once you tighten the slider to the seat, you can now tighten these, and the Allens are 16 millimeters. I mean 16. The Allens are 6mm hex, and the bolts are 13 millimeters. So once you got everything tightened down, already set to go, and you got part of your harness on, your 2 points, you're pretty much good to go. You're pretty much good to go. You are pretty much good to go. You're pretty much good to go, and bolt this onto the car. Alright guys, so we are now behind the Lexus. I already mounted the seat. It should be pretty easy. Just put the seat in and just put it in how you took it out. Just 4 bolts, 14 millimeters. And now we are gonna install the harness. Make sure you have everything adjusted in the front before you do this. There's also many ways to mount this up, and this is the way I did it right here. This is like the easiest way that I saw, or the cleanest too. I will be getting different zip ties because these are a little too small. I had to put 2 zip ties together. But other hand, you could pretty much mount it to here, or mount it to the use the D-rings or whatever you want to call them, and mount them somewhere behind the seat. Find a bolt, a hole, or something. Plenty of ways you can do this, but the way I'm doing, we will not be needing these. So if you want to take them off, I will show you. So to put the harness on, pretty much going to take this out because we are not going to be needing this, like I said. So we're going to take this out, from here. Sorry if you won't be able to see because my light keeps dying. Kind of sucks, but just bear with me, guys. And then once you do that, you can pretty much just slide this out. It might get caught a little bit, but it'll eventually go. Just like that. This is out and you do not need it. So pretty much gonna take this out. So pretty much what we need to do is loop this on the bar under and loop this here, and you're gonna put this on the first slot right. Put this on the first slot right here. Slide that through and make sure you have this fully adjusted to your liking before you go any further. So I'm gonna adjust that real quick, and then so after you place it in the first slot and you have it fully adjusted to your liking, you could put this back to the second slot over here, just like that, and slide it through just like that. Make sure you have this snug, both of them, and then after that you pretty much put it through here to lock it up. And I will not be showing this on camera because it is really hard to get it in there, so yeah, just manage any way you can. Then after you put it through, you pretty much just roll this to your liking and zip tie it just like this, and you should be good to go. So here we have it, guys. We have successfully installed Braum seats on the Lexus, and she is looking fine. Ooh, my oh my, would you look at that. You know, this came out better than I expected. I kind of thought it was gonna be too much red with the red harness and the harness bar and the seats, but I think it works out really well, honestly. I really think it works out perfect. I am in love, guys. It was a bit of a challenge, but I overcame it and I figured it out, and here we are. We got our seats on and she's looking mighty, man. Ooh. Wow. Dang, I am so in love with this car even more. I did not think these are gonna look so good, but here we are. So there you have it, guys. That's pretty much the install right there. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. I really love it. Came out way better than I thought, honestly, and I have zero regrets on this. So if you guys want to go ahead and tackle this on your own, it is possible on the Lexus IS350, and should be the same on the 250. I'm pretty sure. Only thing I did notice on the seat brackets that you did have to do some measuring, because they have two kinds of measuring, so just take a note on that. But also these the seats and the bar are universal parts, guys, so it's not a perfect easy install, so just take a note on that. I did have to struggle, but I pretty much gave you guys all the pieces to the puzzle, and you guys should just do this in a flash, hopefully. Probably still struggle, but you know, we all need a ride to the struggle bus sometimes. Get a little brain juice going on in there. But yeah, there we have it, guys. And this is not everything that I have for this car. I have more big things that I'm going to install right now for the next video, so stay tuned for that and do not miss out. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you.